Hello everyone on YouTube, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. Recording for YouTube live, coming at you from Twitch. We're gonna do something super interesting today. A viewer of mine early on in the stream was like, why don't you make a top 10 video, top 10 moves in Tekken 7? Currently, not old seasons, but right now, the final patch, Season 4 Endgame. What are the top 10 best moves in the game? And I thought that sounded like so much fun. We should do it, like, immediately. So I've written down a list. Certainly, I'm sure I've missed something. Hopefully nothing too obvious. We've been racking our brains and brainstorming here, me and the chat. And I think I have a good list. But it's so hard to limit it to, like, 10 moves because there are so many ridiculous attacks in this game. But I'm gonna do a top 10, and then I'm gonna mention quite a few, like, honorable mentions where it's like, well, these moves are also absolutely godlike. But, so I'm gonna start with the top 10, and at number 10, I put good old boy Akuma. He's not paid to win. His down for the one. So let's see. His down for the one is, you know, universal down for the one. Except it has infinite reach. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, infinite reach. Yeah, it hits very, very far away. It is -5 on block. And this is where you're like, well, that's not very good. But then turns out he not only has to do down for one, if he wants to, he has 5 different variations. Where you can do down for 1-2 to end with a very safe high that's -3. You can do down for 1 into a homing wall splatting mid. This is -13. You can do down for 1-4. No, down for 1-4-1 like this, -3. Very good. You can do down for 1-2-1, -3 again. And these all do different things. And then you can do down for 1-4 into hell sweep, right? And that one is homing, has infinite reach, yada yada. The problem with this sequence, all of these, is that there is no option select for the opponent. And what option select means is like, oh, if you sidewalk left, you can beat all of those options. No such thing. All you can do when he starts his tornado of shit from his down for one is take a guess. Take a guess is the name of the game. Yeah, but down for one alone is absolutely ridiculous. But if you add all of these combinations, the sheer mix-up potential, it is one of the dumbest moves in the game, in my opinion. And I think when top players think what makes Akuma so dumb, a couple of moves come to mind, right? But I think this one is at the top of the list. And it's also the reason this went from -3, or was it -2 even, to -5 at a late balance patch. So that's my number 10. And now we're gonna switch to pizza. Oh wait, the Italian man. And his name is Claudio Serafino. I have at number 1, Claudio's back 1. This move is pretty damn ridiculous. It's a perfect attack. It is literally flawless. So you press back 1. And you get a long reach mid. Long reach that knocks down. Now this move is also homing, meaning you can't sidestep. So this kind of gives him incredible space control. Controlling the 3D space around him. Don't backdash. It hits very far away. Don't sidewalk. It's homing. Of course, wall splats. And on block, -5. And Claudia also takes a step away, a ballerina spin. So he ends up at -5, 1 step away from you. And if this hits an opponent that's doing let's say you're doing an orbital or any jumping attack, Claudia gets a combo. Yeah, back one is about as perfect as you can make an attack, I think. Yep. Right, and now we're gonna switch to Lord Leroy. And Leroy is a character that has seen, I think in total it was like 70 different individual nerfs to the character. And the move I'm gonna mention has also been nerfed multiple times.
Yeah.
But it is my belief that back 1+2 remains a top 10 attack in this game. And that is because this is a mid counter hit launcher, right? That is 1 frame faster than a universal down forward 1. There really is no such thing as a 12 frame counter hit launching mid in Tekken. But here it is. Here it is. A safe on block. You can set up all kinds of absolutely disgusting frame traps with this. But yeah, it remains a safe 12 frame counter hit launching mid. That does a chunk on its own. So yes, this move is godlike. And still has some pushback on block. So that is my number 8. And the next man we're gonna take a look at is Jin Kazama. Jin is one of the strongest characters in the game. He has honestly a lot of attacks that are contenders for top 10 in my opinion. Lord Arsenalty, the legend, was here blessing us all with his presence on the stream a while ago when I was discussing making this video. And he said you should add back to 1. And this is an amazing string. Like, absolutely amazing. And I would add that string if this was a video talking about like Tag 2 or Tekken 6. This move, arguably, like, you could say it was the best in the game. I mean, it was top 10 in Tag 2. And that's because this was the best Oki move in the game. In Tag 2, if people backrolled or did get-up kicks or whatever, you could float them again with back to 1 and then bound with 1-3-3. And you know, and still it was very delayable like this. It was the best Oki move in the game, and it did everything it does in Tekken 7 as well, like amazing round ender. So in Tekken 7, in my opinion, Jin's standout ultra bullshit attack is his forward 4. This move, in my opinion, easily qualifies into top 10 attacks. So on its own, what? Infinite reach, 21 damage without counter hit, plus 4 to plus 5. On block, safe, -8. You can Zen cancel it to have it recover faster. And then you can also do Zen into multiple options, where it turns into almost a string. Again, forward 4 on, of course, counter hit launcher. Yeah, forward 4 on its own, incredible, and then add the Zen cancels into multiple options. To me, it's a no-brainer for top 10, and it is, in my opinion, Jin's best attack. Incredible move, and it's been nerfed multiple times. They've made it harder and harder to do this follow-up. I cheated there by doing a Zen cancel, but yeah, for sure, top 10 attack in my opinion. Oh. This is easier. Where's my boy Steve, the boxer? Okay, so now we are at move number 6. and I'm of course going to discuss Steve's back one. Steve's back one is just as fast as Kazuya's perfect electric, 13 frames. But yeah, a normal electric is 14 frames. So this move is faster. Oh dear. And of course, counter it launcher for massive damage. On block, you cancel of course into flicker, and it's -1, and you now have flicker pressure. So again, ultra fast counter it launcher, ultra fast, recovers super quickly on whiff if you cancel it properly into flicker. And on block, -1, you're free to pressure. This move does not have to be discussed for a long time. It's, yeah, damn near perfect attack. And it really defines Steve. Defines the entire character. And the next one I'm gonna discuss is gonna be move number 5. And it's one of my favorite characters. It's Marduk. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And this is gonna be the only rage option on the list. So it's gonna be his rage drab. So this is Marduk's rage drab. Kaboom. That was without counter hit. Okay, let's see what it does with counter hit. Oh, it's more than a half-life with counter hit. There are many problems with this move. And again, with Marduk, you could say tackle is top 10. You could say down forward 1 is top 10. But in my opinion, nothing is dumber than his rage drive. So, very long range mid that tracks to both sides. If it hits 47, right? But that's the minimum. If he gets the mix-up, 87 damage without counter hit. If you block it, he is +6 and gets a stupid 50-50 for free. He gets a stupid 50-50. And for some reason, this trips into mount. Another problem is also that another reason it's so good is you can do it in combos and unscaled tackle mount damage. I don't know why that doesn't scale. To me, it's it hits too hard. And you can do it on the wall, of course, as well. Yeah, you can combo into it. This rage drive can do anything. And again, there's no... of course, if you're doing a jumping attack, it catches you into combo. Best rage drive in the game, I think. I used to think it was Steve's, but I think this is the best rage drive in the game. The sheer damage potential of it and its properties overall. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's number 5. Oh god, there's a lot of DLC on this list, I think. So next character is gonna be Julia, and this is another character where it's like there's just so much stuff to pick and choose from. But her defining attack and the top 10 attack is Party Crasher, forward 1. You could even say it could be top 1. So again, forward 1. If you execute this perfectly, it comes out at 12 frames. So faster than a universal down forward 1, right? And it is a long range mid, very long range. So again, ultra fast, +4 on hit, -2 on block, cannot be parried because it's an elbow, tracks to both sides, and has a follow-up, but is safe on block and delayable. And that counter it launches. How the fuck is that balanced? This is not balanced. This move is not balanced. And it's also key to her wall travel. It gives her damn near infinite wall travel. Yeah, forward 1 is completely broken. But this is a natural combo that wall splats. Yeah, godlike. Where's my boy Paul? Paul is on the list. I know everyone is really surprised. You're very surprised, aren't you? Paul Phoenix made it to the list. The Lord of Balance. And I'm, of course, talking about his Burning Fist. Why does it do 80 damage? No. It's his down for 2. This is, in my opinion... can I press down for 2? Thank you. Got my stick. My big old stick. Down for 2 is arguably the most spammable move in the game. I've even seen Pauls do this against Lord Knee, and Knee has been caught by it. You just do any attack towards Paul, and this is gonna pick you up and launch you. It has deceptively long reach. Pretty fucking decent tracking. Is -8 on block. Recovers pretty quickly on whiff. Launches and beats all jabs. All jabs are immediately beaten by this. Like so. Yeah, this is for sure a top 10 attack. Unbelievably brain dead, dumb, spammable. Leads to big old Paul damage. Very safe. Yeah. One of the best keep out tools. One of the best offensive tools. Defensive, offensive. Yeah. That is my number 3. And then now let's look at number 2. And this is another character that's a no-brainer to have on the list. And oh god, where is he? Akuma. And there are multiple moves that could be mentioned. I mean, his jab, for sure. But the move I chose is down 2. This is a 12 frame, right? You know how many lows are -12? This combos... Can I do it? This combos into Hadouken. Right? And from there... Oh, sorry, I'm not an Akuma player. Can I land it? No! So close. But you see that? Plus 13. Well, I mean, that's on a hit. It can be more, right? It can be plus 15 if you do it perfectly. But on block, you see plus 6. It's the typical Akuma bullshit. But this is a decent range special mid that's 12 frames fast that combos into his specials, right? That's very good. Pretty much every low in this game is -12 or more. So if I block Kazuya's down back 3 or down back 4, I launch him, right? He gets launched. He gets launched. But of course, you know, a great Akuma player is going to do this one. I can't do it! Come on, I'm a Mishima player. We are the best. I don't practice this stuff. But it's also notorious for how good it is as a keep out tool. It recovers, you see how quickly it recovers on whiff? And as you're whiffing this, you know, be this as panic or keep out, I can keep doing this. And while you're doing it, you can actually input Hadouken or Tatsu, and it doesn't come out, right? I'm inputting Tatsu, nothing's happening, but as soon as it connects, you get the Tatsu. So you can probably imagine how dumb this is as keep out, right? Pretty dumb. So there's only risk involved if it actually connects, because otherwise he doesn't do the follow-up. And this is also the move that allows his death combos. This down 2. So if he connects this, the down 2 is what allows that. So yeah, pound for pound, Akuma's down 2 is almost hilariously busted, broken, if you have the execution. And now we are at the #1 best move in the game. And this is where I'm going to pick Kazuya Mishima. And it is obviously his huge lightning screw uppercut. It's so cheesy. It's so fucking cheap. It always catches me at the wall and then he gets a wall combo. No. It's actually the electric. I bet you didn't see this one coming. So, if you have the execution, this comes out at 13 frames. So from standing, you can make this, well, the classic electric is 14 frames, right? From standing. But if you're playing Kazuya and you're really, really good, like me, you can do this at 13 frames. Perfect electric from standing. So that's a 13 frame high that does 23 damage if it connects. Has a very low hitbox for airborne opponents, so you can combo with it. It's +5 on block with huge pushback. Okay, so again, it also has pretty damn long reach. Okay, so wait. Huge damage, high launcher, 13 frames fast, can be done from any type of movement. You can dash into it with a special command as well. Yeah, +5 on block. And on whiff, recovers damn near instantaneously, making it very hard to punish. Just trying to demonstrate just how quickly it recovers. So it's very hard, especially online, to whiff punish. And to top it all off, I mean, already we have some crazy stuff here, right? Well, it also tracks decently to both sides. Okay. So again, 13 frame fast launcher. We can do it from a wave dash. We can do it from dashing in. +5 on block. Launches on normal hit. Huge launch. Yeah, tracks to both sides. Recovers very quickly on whip. Very quickly. Yeah, electric is the best move in the game, I think. Only thing holding it back is execution, but that's it. Devil Kazuya electric is the strongest. Yeah, but that one's -6. So you gotta remember that. Okay, so that was my top 10. And now I'm just very quickly Gonna jump through a couple of honorable mentions. Kunimitsu comes to mind. Has multiple stupid attacks. Kunai, sweep. Her down forward 2 is crazy. But what stands out the most to me is this Power Crush. I find this to be the best Power Crush in the game. It's basically like Claudio's back 1, but it's Power Crush. Look at the reach on this thing. And it's very hard to punish. It's minus 13, but there's a tiny block stagger, so you have to be super fast. And it also screws. And it evades highs. She ducks down at the startup. I don't know if you can see it. She ducks down. This move is unbelievably stupid. Like, unbelievably stupid. So that's an honorable mention to me. Kuni. Oh, all right. We're gonna talk about the Taekwondo boy. And the move I'm going to talk about here is the Backlash. This one. I don't think any competitive player, like top player, would add this to a top 10 list. But I try to look at all levels of play when I talk about Tekken. I feel that competitive Tekken is like maybe 1% of Tekken. And the majority of players are found in the 99%, so non-competitive play. And in every other level of play outside of competitive, this move is unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably dumb. So Backlash is accessed in right foot forward. And then he presses 3-4 quickly. Kablam! 35 damage. Natural hit launcher. Does almost half life on its own, and then you can get a wall. It is a homing attack, meaning it will catch anyone sidewalking or sidestepping. Can I get this into block? It's a bit slow. We're gonna set him to block. And another problem is that it has this huge impact on block, stagger, and it gives you +4 to +5, as you can see. +4 to +5. And then, to top it all off again, a whiff, let's say you duck it because it's a high, it recovers almost instantaneously. I find this to be harder to duck and punish than on electric. And I just demonstrated how hard it is to punish Kazuya when you duck an electric. I find this to be even worse. So on whiff, he recovers very, very quickly. You can, of course, do any attack into right foot forward, and you can set this up. And Power Crush, obviously, goes through anything. Unbelievably stupid attack. Unbelievably stupid. So, and this one goes to, this is an honorable mention, but goes to both King and Armor King, and it's a move they share, and it's the Giant Swing. This is the best throw in the game, by far. 65 damage if you do not tech it. 45, I believe, if you do tech it. If you're at the wall, you're not given the option to tech. You will, if you don't break it initially, you have to take 70 damage. It is a 1 break throw, but can be mixed up with 1+2 break throw for identical throw animation. Both arms come at you. Be it Hades Drop or Shining Wizard. can be buffered through anything, so it comes out instantaneously, and it's also as fast as a jab, 10-frame animation when he grabs. So you gotta react very, very quickly to it. So yes, one break that can be mixed up with other 1+2 break throws, can be buffered into anything, 10 frames fast, 70 damage at the wall, minimum of 45 in the open, but up to 65 should they miss the tech. Best throw in the game. The best move Armor King has, and the best move King has. Let's see. And now we're gonna go into DLC again. But Armor King is also a cheesy pay-to-win DLC. Where is Lydia? There we go. So Lydia also has a lot of stupid attacks, but one stands out just a little bit more than the others, and it's the Political Storm. You've probably already heard a bit about this move if you're a Tekken nerd like me. You have a lot of top players talking about this move. And this is because I believe this was designed to be like her 14-frame Punisher. All of the new original BS characters, Lydia, Fuckum Ram, and Leroy, they all have a long-range 14-frame punish, right? And this was supposed to be hers, Political Storm. Hiya! 41 damage, natural combo, super long reach. But she also has problems in the neutral, like she has an incredible neutral. These really cool moves like forward 4-2, down forward 2, etc. But she has a problem with people sidewalking her towards the left, a bit like Kazuya. So for this you have Political Storm. You can choose to only do the first 2 attacks, 9 damage plus 3, safe at -8. And this has this startup has the crucial property of tracking well to both sides. To both sides. So again, the full thing is natural combo. First 2 punches -8. And then you can add a knee like this. Now you're at -10. But now you also have a hit confirmable string. So you can hit confirm this and add the rest. So you're at -10. But you can also mix up and add another hit. -10 again. And then you can mix up to the whole thing, but now you're launch punishable at -15. But this string is an amazing 14-frame Punisher with pretty much infinite reach. It's the go-to follow-up after her guard break. That's guaranteed after the guard break. It tracks to both sides. Safe if you only do the first 2 hits, and you can hit confirm the whole thing. Yeah, and only -10 if you do 3 hits or 4 hits. But it jails on block, I think. You can mash the punish. Yeah, I thought so too, and then I see JDCR fuck up the punish all the time. So it's harder than you think. It's harder than you think, BM. Okay, and then the next man we're gonna talk about is Mr. Excellent. It's Mr. Lee Shaolin. Let's see, can I find Lee? There we go. And Lee, here I was thinking of picking his Magic 4. Super dumb. He has a lot of dumb moves, but we're gonna go with back 4. Yeah, best keep out move in the game. Fall back, do back 4. You can do this into Hitman stance as well. So this is a very fast 20 damage counter hit launcher. Leads to 1 billion damage, basically. Damn near impossible to whiff punish these days. It was buffed in Season 4. Yeah, pretty much impossible to whiff punish. long reach mid counter hit launcher. Can go into mix-ups from Hitman. There's not much to say. It's flawless, absolutely perfect keep out attack. It is absolutely perfect. And this is a character that already has pretty decent keep out. And next one is going to be Devil Jin. And Devil Jin obviously shares the electric. The electric is the dumbest move he has. But I believe his hell sweep should be mentioned. So it's a hell sweep, just like Kazuya's and Heihachi's. But a normal hit, it actually launches the opponent. And here you can do whatever the hell you want, but preferably you have a wall. And kaboom. And for some reason, also in Season 4, if we're close to the wall like this, we can choose to opt for this, the second variation of his hell sweep, for a very chunky 38 damage, plus 4 frames, and they recover crouching. So down for one, obviously uninterruptible here. Yeah, Devil Jin's hell sweep is really dumb. Back to one could also be mentioned, I think. Up 4, but not quite. Yeah, that's the defining stupid attack, I think. And the last move I'm going to mention is actually Yoshi's Flash. And this is a move I think a lot of people would argue is in the top 10. I chose not to include it. I thought the other moves were better. Great players can try and bait this out, and then you're gonna get launched on whiff. But yeah, it just remains that if you look at startup frame there, you see 6 frames. This is a 6-frame launcher, right? Mid. And the way people use this is basically any frame advantage you thought you had against Yoshi, it doesn't exist because of a threat of this attack. Like, oh, Brian, you know, you play Brian and you've done a hatchet. Chunky, +5. Brian is at +5. Well, if Yoshi presses 1-4, you're launched. If you do anything after the hatchet, it comes out at 6 frames. 6 frames. So being at +5 against Yoshi, that's nothing. So this move alone completely changes the Yoshi matchup. And it like defines him. You can't play against Yoshi the way you play against other characters. You don't have frame advantage against Yoshi. So this move is, yes, it's stupid good. The only drawback is doesn't have a lot of reach, and but of course it relies on you doing an attack. You extend your hurt box and he counter hits you. That's where it shines and it gets its power. But of course, if it's baited, it recovers slowly, but not that slowly, to be honest. You gotta be really sharp if you want to whiff punish that. So yeah, it's unbelievably strong. And that was my top 10 with some honorable mentions. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you thought it was interesting. I tried to be as thorough as I could when I explained the moves. So thanks for listening to me, and have a great day.